Thank you for that lovely introduction, Tarun, and a very good morning to everyone here. Now, perfection is the willingness to be imperfect. I know, it does sound like a contradiction. However, this is something I share a profound experience that embodies it. So let me tell you the story. It happened on my journey from Seattle to Bangalore, which I considered home, at least until then. I was just like any other bright-eyed 7-year-old with mischief constantly on my mind. But the thing is, this was a journey that I then wasn't aware would completely change my life around. This was not only due to the fact I was moving halfway around the globe, excited to see my new home and experience a whole new culture and education, as contrasting as the distance between them, but also because of one particularly unique and formative experience that took place on that very plane. Now, as I was seated watching a movie on the plane, I felt a growing dryness in my mouth, accompanied by an influx of saliva. Now, some of you know exactly what was going to happen. Since I was little, like most children, I have suffered from motion sickness, an annoying yet incessant trouble that I could never seem to get rid of. My brain was quickly overloaded with thoughts like, I need a paper bag. As I frantically searched around everywhere, there was no paper bag to be found. My next thought, restroom now. I dashed to the restroom, and there it is, a line of bored passengers waiting to use the restroom. Speak about the timing, am I right? Now, it was definitely not one of my finest moments. I ended up throwing up on a passenger. I know. But the thing is, it was my first taste of humility, embarrassment, and failure. Yet, it is one of my most valuable moments from my life, which helped me reflect and learn. And I'm sure each and every one of us present here today have had one of these experiences which we wish could have been handled perfectly. But the thing is, imperfection and mistakes occur beyond our control. However, we as humans, we learn from this. We change ourselves for the better and continuously work towards perfection. So how does this play out in a world when humans look all around them and the first thing they notice are imperfections? I mean, this right here is our mind. We have this innate imperfection within all of us. But at the same time, we have this perfection-obsessed part, this little guy right here. And the thing is, they both come into play in our lives in ways we may not even realize. For example, we do not like to see diseases on our plants, birth defects on our children, the ravages of illness, or the effects of natural disaster. As a matter of fact, humans do not like to see whatsoever disorder around them. Rather, our first instinct, fix it, find an instant solution. Even as individuals, humans go to such extreme measures to not only perfect themselves, but everything that surrounds them. Especially in the age of the internet, when all we are exposed to are carefully curated versions of virtually everything. As a result, we change ourselves. We change ourselves with lasers, we cut ourselves with scalpels, and inject ourselves to become flawless. Even as a community, don't we have those lingering thoughts in the back of our mind to get that perfect score in an exam, to lead perfect lives, to never make mistakes? The list goes on. And in the process of trying to fit into this mold, we often lose our uniqueness and shy away from being who we truly are. We push ourselves mentally and physically to such great lengths to achieve this idea of perfection. But the thing is, this perfection we are all chasing is ever changing. It is ever evolving. So clearly, humans are imperfect. Yet, humans are magical. Because it is each scar, each imperfection, each loss, every mistake that makes you, you, and is what makes humans human. It is the very essence of what makes you remember, question, and stay. It is what makes us who we are today. I mean, how many times have you looked into the mirror and wished you could change anything about yourselves, not only physically, but even mentally? Let's just take a minute. Probably countless times. Maybe some of us did that even today. In fact, some of the most confident individuals would have wished at some point in time to change something about themselves, to chase this perfection. Now, as much as humans strive for this perfection, we are all innately imperfect. We are all inevitably flawed, and it is as much a part of our nature as our strive for perfection is. So what we need to do is take a really good look into our own minds and strike a balance between the two extremes. Now, we may not be able to maintain this balance at all times, and that's okay. It's human and it's only natural. But what is important is to be aware. Finally, when we learn to fully embrace both the beauty and the weakness, we create the opportunity to truly live. And isn't that exactly what this world needs? Thank you very much.